In this video, I will be discussing cell growth and division, specifically mitosis. I will do a separate video that discusses the difference between mitosis and meiosis, and I will either link a video or do a separate video on meiosis. So the first slide is discussing the cell cycle of a cell. So you can see that the cell cycle is divided into two major phases, and that is going to be interphase and then mitosis. So interphase is indicated by the orange, and mitosis is indicated by the blue. Interphase is divided into three subphases. Those are G1, S that stands for synthesis, and then G2. The G stand for gap, so gap 1 and gap 2. So in G1, and this is the longest phase of interphase, it lasts 8 or more hours. And in this subphase, we are going to have just growth of the cell. So the cell is going to increase in volume. The organelles are going to duplicate. The cell is undergoing normal metabolic processes. It's going to undergo protein synthesis, just normal functions of the cell. You may see where this G0 comes off. I'll come back to it in just a minute. Okay, so after gap 1 that lasts 8 or more hours, we have S. And S stands for synthesis, specifically DNA synthesis. So we're going to have DNA replication that occurs during the S phase. And this is in preparation for mitosis. So in mitosis, the nucleus of the cell is going to divide, and the chromosome number, it has to remain the same. So the chromosome number of the daughter cells are going to be exactly the same as the chromosome number of the original cell. So in order for that to occur, DNA replication has to take place. So what we end up with, and I'm not going to go through DNA replication in detail, that's something for a biology class, but what we start with are single-stranded chromosomes. And those single-stranded chromosomes are, through this process of DNA synthesis, are going to form double-stranded chromosomes. And these double-stranded chromosomes are called sister chromatids. And the sister chromatids are attached to one another at the waist, so it sort of forms like an X-looking structure. And that little place where those sister chromatids are connected are called the kinetochore. And during mitosis, those sister chromatids are going to be separated. Okay, so then after DNA replication, after the S phase, we enter into G2. Oh, and I back up a little bit. This S phase lasts about 6 to 8 hours. And then G2 lasts about 2 to 5 hours. And this is like the final preparation before the cell is going to divide. So the cell is continuing to grow, and it is also producing proteins that are going to be necessary for cellular division to take place. So 2 to 5 hours in length. Now, going back to this G0, so you'll see that this splits off from gap 1. So no DNA synthesis occurs. So these cells will not divide. Cells that go into gap 0 will never divide. They have permanently stopped dividing. So if you think about cells that permanently stop dividing, an example would be red blood cells. Mature red blood cells, they actually lose their nucleus, so they are unable to divide. In the skin, which will be in the next unit that you study, you have mitotic cells in the bottom layer of the epidermis, of the epithelial layer. But as those cells move towards the surface, they start to lose their organelles, including their nucleus. So when that happens, those cells are not going to be able to divide. So they have entered into gap 0, or a state where they permanently cease dividing. Okay, so then after gap 2, we enter into mitosis. And mitosis is the shortest of the phases. It lasts about 1 to 3 hours, and it is divided into subphases. And I'm going to discuss each of those subphases on the next few slides. So this mitosis is where the nucleus is going to divide, and then cytokinesis is where the cytoplasm is going to divide. So this is where we have division of the cell. So here we have, this is actually a picture of interphase. And these are cell models in the lab. So the one on the left is early interphase, and the one on the right is late interphase. So the major difference between the two you can see in the nucleus. So remember, in interphase, this is where you have G1, S, and G2. So we're going to have growth of the cell, normal metabolic activity. So this image here is just a normal looking cell. And then the one on the right, we have this cell has undergone synthesis, DNA synthesis, because we can see these sister chromatids in the nucleus of the cell. And that is a major difference between the picture on the left and the picture on the right. The one on the right, you can see those sister chromatids very easily. Another thing that you can see is that these centrioles, these are centrioles that are important during cellular division. They have duplicated, and they are starting to move towards opposite poles of the nucleus. So this would be late interphase because this cell is getting ready to divide. On the next slide, we have prophase. The one on the left is early prophase, and the one on the right is late prophase. And the major difference here is that in early prophase, these centrioles, they are migrating to, they're still migrating to the opposite poles of the nucleus. So this is the nucleus. It's got the chromosomes. You can see the sister chromatids very easily. They have condensed. They are very visible. And then these centrioles are moving to opposite poles in preparation to form what we see over here on the right, and I'll say that in a minute. Also, another key feature of early prophase is that the nuclear membrane is beginning to break down. So this is early prophase. Late prophase, the centrioles have migrated to opposite ends of the nucleus. The nuclear membrane has broken down, and now you can see the structure that has formed where the nucleus was, and this is called, all those little lines that are coming down, that's called the spindle fiber. So the centrioles are important in forming this spindle fiber, and they have to do that once they get to opposite poles of the nucleus. So this is late interphase. The nuclear membrane has broken down, the chromosomes have condensed, the spindle fiber has formed. Those are major events that take place during prophase. The next slide is easy, and I wish it wouldn't cut off my slide, but you're seeing the most important parts here. So here, those sister chromatids have lined up on the middle of that spindle fiber that has formed. This is metaphase. Meta means middle, and all of those sister chromatids had lined up on the middle of the spindle fiber. Okay, in the next slide, we have anaphase. On the left, we have early anaphase. On the right, we have late anaphase. So the big thing here, anaphase means to pull apart, to go apart. Okay, so in early anaphase, those sister chromatids, remember, sister chromatids are duplicated chromosomes. Now they are being pulled apart. So these are identical to one another. These sister chromatids are identical to these sister chromatids. And that's important in mitosis. But this is just where the sister chromatids are beginning to be pulled apart to opposite poles of the spindle fibers. And then late anaphase, those sister chromatids are just farther apart. Okay. Now, one other difference we can see in late anaphase is that the nuclear, or not nuclear, the cellular membrane, the plasma membrane, it looks like it's starting to pinch in on the cell. Okay. But still, anaphase is taking place because those chromatids are migrating to opposite poles of the cell. And now here we have telekinesis, or excuse me, I mixed them together. Telophase and then cytokinesis. So on the left-hand side, telophase, the nuclear membrane is going to start to reform around the chromatids that have migrated to opposite poles. So you can see that. See this blue area here? That's the nuclear membrane. And it's starting to form around these sister chromatids. And then you have another nuclear membrane that's starting to form around these sister chromatids. And that's, so this is forming a nucleus of a cell, and this is forming a nucleus of a cell, of a daughter cell. So that is telekinesis. And then, so major events is that the nuclear membrane is going to reappear, and you can't really tell it on this model, but another event that occurs during telekinesis is that the sister, well, now they're not sister chromatids, they're single-stranded chromosomes. Now they are going to decondense where it becomes more difficult to see them. And the spindle fibers are going to start to break down. So we're going to start to see that. You can really see that over here on the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side, now the cytoplasm is starting to divide. This is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is when the cytoplasm divides. And now we are going to have two separate daughter cells that have formed. You have one nucleus here and one nucleus here. Those are identical chromosomes. Identical chromosomes and the same number of chromosomes. So this indentation that will form, that is called a cleavage furrow. And then once that completely pinches off, we will now have two daughter cells, one daughter cell up here, one daughter cell down here. They will be identical to one another, and they will have the same number of chromosomes, identical chromosomes, and they will be identical to the original cell before it divided. And that is mitosis.